welcome to Omnibroslive, the spooky edition. Am I right? Yeah, actually, I have a spooky comic right here that I haven't read yet. The Return of Chilling Adventures in Sorcery, Archie Horror. I don't even remember asking Third Eye to set this aside for me, but I bought it anyway. Okay, yeah, I'm Omnidog, and I'm not by myself tonight, I don't think, because it was Lou's idea and Gabe's idea. So they'll be joining shortly. So I am Omnidog. Welcome to the chat. Hello, everybody. I hope you got your milkshake there, Doug. Tell me what kind of milkshake you got. Oh, Meatloaf, the dog, and I are ready. What kind of milkshake did you get, Doug? Aria's here. Welcome. Jesse, say what? Always good to see you. James, always good to see you. Cycle, sometimes it's good to see you. Kane, nice to see you. Up there's the expert. What up, Comics Guide?
Hey, I didn't expect to be live. Give me 1 second. I'll be there. I'll be back in a minute.
Good thing you had your shirt on.
I know. Jeez.
Wait, did I say Kane? Yes. Hey, Kane. Kenny, long time no see. Good to see you. Spoopy. Yeah, it's the Spoopy show. What's the opposite of adorable? Just for today. Oh, yeah, it didn't translate when I sign in under this. It's Omnidog 616. I guess that's my call signal when I'm on Omnibros when I start the show. So I'm not that adorable. But wait, I can change it. I have the power. Okay, just a sec. I think I can do it. Edit name. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening to William Lee and Sazmurph. Omnidog, I had the chance to read Hexware. You may like it. I have it, excuse me, in a section I've started of scary books, occult, spooky books, witches, demons, occult. That's the kind of stuff I like. So good, Kane. Thank you for that. Quack here. Good to see you, Quackster. Let's go, Omni family. Happy Halloween season all. How about Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino's horror series? I read the first one, and then I realized there were going to be 12 of them. And I'm kind of wrestling with not getting them until they're all collected. But that could be like 3 years. And I actually liked the first one. Some people didn't. Some people did. I'm one of the ones that did. So I don't know. Yeah, it's I dug it. Is Thistlebone on this list? I do own Thistlebone, courtesy of Super Laugh Hard. And AC, as a matter of fact, I'm going to be talking about that book tonight as part of our spooky show. All things spooky.
Good evening.
Good evening. I was thinking of dressing up as Henry Abrams with a script for Spider-Man Bloodline 2. That's a scary costume.
That's the most terrifying thing of all.
Okay, I do have something to share. Let's see. I'm going to share it. Here's True Graphic. How are you, True Graphic? Good to see you. I do have one thing that I'm happy to present, and I usually present it on my own channel in hopes that she will sue me because I need the publicity. But let's play it anyway.
Okay. I am intrigued.
Here we go.
Oh.
I read poetry and sonnets, and he plays the upright bass.
Yamakipiebo, Cedere Facebo, Indog Latin, he quotes, Uge, Suffix, hooray! Well, he Bit all the he-dogs and winked at all the she-dogs. The town never knew such a hullabaloo as that little dog raised till the end of that day.
We just have a good rhythm together, you know. He sort of feels me out, I feel him out, and we go for it.
You go for it, don't you? Yeah.
I love
that's the scariest thing, I think, of all.
I don't know, man. Steven Seagal's reggae music is pretty frightening to me.
Oh, but we get demonetized for that. I don't think this is gonna. I don't think we're gonna catch a hashtag. Yeah, bit all the he dogs and she dogs, right? And they have a vibe together. He feels her out.
Oh yeah, totally. I got that.
Yeah. It's yeah. Oh, Marvel Babs here. Hello, fellow demons of the night. Speaking of demons, if you want to buy books on demons and other stuff,
okay, that worked.
Thank you. InStockTrades.com is the place you want to go when you want to buy books about all the he dogs and she dogs. Should I scap my way through the ISD? No, I'm not going to do that. Okay. In Stock Trades, where you can get all your collected editions from 30 up to 65 or 80% off. They have a red tag sale right now that James was nice enough to link in my Discord. And that was at the suggestion of Lobster Hybrid, also known as Elan. So thank you, Elan. And In Stock Trades, yes. Hey, Gabe.
What up, dudes?
Hey, Gabe.
Okay, so where was I? Oh, don't forget that sweet 2% extra discount for loyalty from week to week. At the end of the month, the last Monday of every month, we give away a $50 gift card courtesy of InStockTrades.com, worth $50 worth of credit at InStockTrades.com. And I just realized that I have not sent out the money that I was just given today. No, I haven't.
You better go hurry and do that before he comes back on. Like, you got to pay to play here, son.
I have the controls too, you bastard. So, InStockTrades.com, free shipping in the United States on orders of $50 or more. 2% blah blah, fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Okay, there we go.
And last month's winner of that $50 gift card should probably be seeing that in their account soon, because I know we sent that invoice over and everything.
I think that they should be seeing it now.
Oh, awesome, man.
Because Emily said to me that they had been credited. So
perfect.
James here with the Discord. Thank you very much. True Graphic favorite. Oh, wait. Okay. There we go. There's so many controls and things going on here. True Graphic says favorite Batman horror story, Arkham Asylum, a serious house on a serious earth.
Good choice. That's a good choice.
Yeah, we are taking all your suggestions. This is where we cover spooky comics, spooky movies, spooky prose, spooky TV shows, spooky living situations, spooky memory loss, forgetting that you did the Evergreen list 2 weeks ago. That would be me and my life and my head full of cobwebs. She-Dog discount. Lou, did you watch AEW Wrestle Dream?
I have not. I know all the big events and the big stuff that's happened, and the Wrestle Edge coming back. I thought that was really cool. I've kind of fallen off of the AEW bandwagon a little bit over the last few months. It's just been, it hasn't been for me, but hey, it's cool.
Is that the one that CM Punk just got fired from?
CM Punk just got fired from AEW. Yes, he
Okay.
just got let go. Yeah, that was a really ugly situation. The whole thing.
Dude, I wish I was back into wrestling again. I loved wrestling growing up, and I still love the idea of it. And then I'm basically family with a wrestler. I just haven't been able to. I just haven't gotten into it. Like, I would love to get back into wrestling because it's always been fun.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not taking it super seriously, I think AEW is fun. It's got a good mix of everything. It's kind of lost its spark. Because when it first started, it was that whole big, man, this is great. It's new competition against WWE. It's gonna rival them and it's gonna make them do better and stuff like that. But it's not that AEW is terrible. It's just it's not what I think a lot of people wanted it to be or expected it to be.
I remember, maybe they think of it like this, but I remember when it was WWE before WWF, whatever. WCW and then ECW, and ECW was like the maniac shows that you would watch. And that was for people who just wanted to see hardcore, crazy, violent wrestling. We're still sure, it's all determined and planned out, but they were literally hitting each other with razor blades and like baseball bats covered in barbed wire. Like, they were crazy.
Yeah, ECW was known for that. ECW was known for super extreme violence, and that's where you had wrestlers,
like multiple tables on top of each other, all on fire.
Yeah, that's where you had. It's fucking nuts. That's where you had wrestlers like Mick Foley, aka Mankind, Cactus Jack, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
well, he got to start in Japan. He really took off in Japan, but then he blew up in ECW, and then he went to WWE and all that other stuff. But you had a lot of guys that came out of that scene of ECW. You had not JCVD, Rob Van Dam. He came out of that era.
Yeah,
I think, if I'm not mistaken,
the Dudley Boys.
The Dudley Boys came from there as well. So a lot of guys that are now legends, they came out of that group of ECW stuff. Mankind, obviously, Mankind probably being the biggest one of them all.
Does Mankind have another name too?
He goes by different things. He has his gimmick was his real name is Mick Foley, but his gimmick was he had different personalities because he was kind of crazy. So he would go by Mankind, Dude Love, and Cactus Jack was always the most extreme version of him. Yeah, Cactus Jack was always the most extreme version.
I know who I was thinking of, and I only know him because of the bits that Howard Stern plays. But Howard Stern also interviewed him, and that's Goldust with the
Yeah, he's in AEW now. He's but he's not Goldust anymore. He's Dustin Rhodes, which is Cody Rhodes' brother and one of my favorite wrestlers. Dusty Rhodes, one of my his son. So I love Dusty Rhodes.
I remember when Goldust was like it was like his entire gimmick was based around like homophobia. So it's really funny to kind of see that, because it would be like, "Don't touch me, you're weird," and you want to touch me in weird places during the wrestling and stuff. So they would do like, it was something else back then.
Hey, I have a question for you, Gabe. What year were you? When were you born? Because you said we were. We got on the OJ trial because I watched an hour and 40-minute car chase, not to pivot off wrestling, but the OJ trial was like in 1994, and you said you watched it in high school?
Yeah.
So were you, how old are you?
I was born in 1980.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Yeah.
So that makes you 53?
40. I'll be 43 at the end of the month.
I gotta say, you don't look it, man.
Yeah, thanks. Working out and eating right.
Yeah, I don't think you look the 43.
Stay out of the sun.
I thought you were like 33 like everybody else. That says Wonder Woman, absolutely terrifying. You can't say that Omnibros doesn't go the extra mile to help the audience get its share of terrifying images, and I just so happen to have it right here. There it is.
Wait, who's the pup of the group? It's Riley, right? He's the youngest one. Oh my God,
Geo.
Jesus.
Geo.
I feel
Is it?
like,
No, Geo's
It's
older
Geo.
than me.
I think Geo. I feel like it's Riley. Isn't he like 32 or something, or 31?
This Wonder Woman.
What? I didn't. And I will show you my complete outfit. I shaved my beard. I have lipstick on, as you can see. My eyes are professionally done by my wife. And I do have a full, it's hard to move in this thing, but I do have a full Wonder Woman outfit on.
Sorry, buddy.
That's hilarious.
Can we pull that image up one more time? My wife didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
The still image or the live image?
The still image. This was just a few years ago for a charity.
Just a sec. I still have it up. Just a sec. There I am.
That's great. I need to borrow that top.
All right, that's my new background for my phone.
That's great.
You know what is weird? I think I still have that outfit for some reason.
Oh, I know why.
So I might be able to send it to your wife. For some reason, that might have made the cut. I don't know why I held on to it. It's not a particularly good memory for me, but I felt like maybe it's like a goal weight thing. Like if I can lose enough weight to fit into my Wonder Woman costume, then I'll achieve my goal. Oh, wait, are we live on the air? Oh my gosh.
So during my lunch today, I had one of my crazy thoughts.
Uh-oh.
And I wanted to bring this to your attention. I wanted to ask you guys, if you could have in your house a fast food restaurant that is staffed 24/7, which one would it be?
Oh, damn it. I got to pick. In-N-Out.
In-N-Out?
Because I think that's fairly healthy for fast food.
You could clean it up. You could clean In-N-Out because you could do the wrap with the lettuce instead of the burger, right? Instead of the bun.
Right.
Yeah.
Or just meat and cheese, meat, cheese, onions, you could do all that kind of stuff too.
I'm not going to go that route because it would be milkshakes 24/7.
Neapolitan?
Yeah, or strawberry.
My wife and I got one the other day on a cheat date.
Neapolitan?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, they're so good.
For those who don't know, the Neapolitan shake is they put strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla in it all together.
And it's separate when you first get it somehow.
Yeah.
They are really careful how they
so
pour
it's like the ice cream box, or it has the sections.
I wonder if they have like a triangle mold that they stick in the cup and then go let's see. Sasmurf says Subway.
Oh.
Elon says Subway. Everything in 1 foot long sandwich, or like the 6 foot long sandwich that Homer took home, and he said, "I'll give it a good home." And he ended up going to the ER like 3 times because he kept eating it when it had turned green and had flies on it.
I absolutely could not have a Subway in my house.
The smell.
Dude, that's it. I don't know what it is.
Oh,
Those
you don't
Subway
like
sandwich
smell?
places smell horrible.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
Horrible every time. When I was working at Torpedo, our FedEx that we used when we were sending out all the comic books to CGC for all the gradings, so I was doing it like once a month, twice a month. Sometimes I would go there to send off those books to grading, and they were connected to Subway, and it just stunk up that whole place. I hated going there.
I feel like
It's
it
the
smells like
worst.
fresh bread all the time to me.
Oh, it smells like fresh ass. Like it's.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to go that far. I'd rather not make that. Here's Wendy's. That's a good choice. Wendy's and they have breakfast. If I had In-N-Out, I'd always want my fries well done. I do like Taco Bell. Yeah, this is true because my hair is going to be pink next Sunday.
Does the deli counter at Publix count?
Ooh, that's
just
not a
wondering.
bad idea. Like having the what's the gas station that I like going to? Not
Buc-ee's?
Cheats. What is it?
Buc-ee's?
No, I don't think there's a Buc-ee's around here. Not Sheets. The other one.
Wawa? Wawa?
Wawa. Oh, they make great milkshakes, and they have good hamburgers, and they have good sandwiches.
Okay. Now you got to get
Whoa.
into what constitutes as a fast food restaurant. Are we talking? Does it
Pre-made.
have to be a
Pre-made.
nationwide chain? Pre-made. Okay. So
But pre-made, you mean?
Oh wait, no.
does it have
What
to
would
drive?
you constitute as a fast food? That's another good question for this.
I think
Does
you
it have
order.
to be a drive-through?
Well,
So
I
then
mean,
Subway doesn't count, right? Because
Yeah.
or
It
do they
doesn't
do
count.
drive-through now?
yeah, and they make it. I mean, their cold cuts and cheese are already sliced, and everything's already chopped up. But I would consider Subway fast food. Taco Bell has breakfast. In-N-Out. What is your choice, Lou? I'm having trouble here. Oh, is Waffle House isn't fast food. That's
No,
where you
no.
could have a fight.
No, that's a sit down. Yeah, that's a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get a dinner and a meal with Waffle House.
Well, you get a waitress, right?
Dinner and a show. Excuse me. No, I think if you have a waitress, it does not count. Right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
'Cause
Oh,
that's
here's another good suggestion. Chick-fil-A.
my wife said Johnny Rockets.
I think they have waitresses though. You
Yeah,
sit
that's
down at a
out.
booth there, don't they?
Yeah.
Can I have a
Yeah.
1980s McDonald's?
Here's McDonald's for
Ooh.
AC Luda.
My wife said Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, yeah, man, with extra pickles on that chicken burger. I mean that fried chicken sandwich. Oh,
Dude, I get it as a salad. It's good. The Southwest salad with the chicken being fried.
Oh, I bet
It's
it is
super-
good.
It's
I bet
really
it is good. I like the food there. NFL Dude says fast food needs to have a soda fountain and a drive-through. Fast meals without the drive-through is fast casual. Well, Five Guys here does not have drive-through, but that's fast food.
So where would Chipotle fall on this then? Is it not considered fast food?
Well, you don't get served there by a waitress. I would have to say it's fast food.
We stuck in a hole.
Yeah, we're trying to decide.
Because Chipotle is fast. You get a bowl within 5 minutes and you're out the door.
But now they got robot servers coming up, or robot employees.
Oh,
Did
we
you
need
see
to
that?
close the border. If robots are coming over the border, we have to
Chipotle?
close it. That's costing American jobs.
Yeah, they got a robot that can do 200 bowls an hour or something like that.
Jesus.
Panera.
Panera?
Yeah, no, that's fast casual. That's a sit down place basically.
If you can, well, but they don't have waitresses there.
They do have a salad bar, right? No, I was thinking.
No. Panera does have a good Asian salad, by the way, Gabe. If you're ever like looking for something to eat that's light, their Asian salad is really good.
Here we go. Can I get a 1980s or 1990s ish Pizza Hut?
Oh, the real deal.
Where it was a sit down restaurant. You had a server. They had like a buffet. They had a pizza buffet that you can get, or they would serve you pizza either way.
Yeah.
They had video games. They had like toys that you can buy. Like you basically went there on the weekends as like a celebration kind of thing back then. I always went after every baseball game when I was a kid. We went to Pizza Hut.
But
they had like a reading program where if you read books and you had your parents sign off on it, you get like free pizza, like a free little like kid pizza. But it's awesome.
But don't they have waitresses there to bring you your pizza?
Oh, damn it.
But I would think that Pizza Hut and Domino's and stuff, that has to be considered fast food, right? It's
right.
pizza brought to your door?
Well, just you remember Domino's in under 30 minutes, right? Now,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I do. Yeah, 30 minutes or it's free.
Did they honor that? Because I remember
Yes.
that.
Oh, yeah.
They
Was
did.
Dude, it was
Ninja Turtles movie.
no, dude. Like it was like people died because of that.
Yeah, that's why
Like,
they
a
had to
lot.
drop it because
Like a lot. Yeah.
yeah, that's why they had.
Because
To
they would
drop
just be
it.
gunning red lights. They'd just be like just going for it. And that was back. That was before there was any like cell phones or GPS. They had to know a map.
Oh wow.
All in
Yeah.
under 30 minutes.
And I lived in an apartment. Okay, I'm totally cheating at this.
And people would have like timers, and they'd be like, "Yeah, there's no joke."
This is me. 1987 in the summer, I would call from my apartment and run down to the swimming pool. And I'd say, I'm going to be at the swimming pool. So that's where you need to deliver it. And they couldn't find the swimming pool. And I had the timer going, dude, it's already dinged. It's past 30 minutes. And he's like, your pizza's free. I'm like, woo! That might have been my second or third date with Patty, actually.
That's amazing. That's
Free
great.
pizza. Let me show you what a scumbag I am. Free pizza. No, I don't think I ever did it with Patty.
Yeah, that's rough though. Yeah, there's a lot of people died from that, but they were serious about it, dude. It was no joke.
We do have Nando's Petty, but I don't think we don't have Wagamama.
I've
But I
never
think
heard.
Nando's is, I don't know. You order it. That chicken's really good, by the way. You order and then I think you go pick it up, but you sit down. I don't know that Nando's counts as fast. That sounds like fast casual to me.
I don't have a Wawa. I was like, I don't know what that is. I've heard that must be an East Coast thing.
How about Sheetz? Do you have a Sheetz out there? Gas station?
No. Oh, it's a gas station?
Well, it's way more than that. Wawa and Sheetz on the East Coast anyway are in this major league competition. First of all, they have every soda, beer, candy, any possible snack. It's like filled to the rafters with choices. And then you have they're in a war with each other to make the best sandwich and the best milkshake and the best everything. So it is like a fully stocked up. It sounds like the Publix that you like so much, Lou, the deli bar there. But they've also got a grill for the burgers, and you customize everything on a computer's touch screen. And I'm not they bake their own bread and stuff. I'm not exaggerating when I say the food's really good at both Wawas and Sheetz.
God, I love Wawa. Yeah, I love Wawa. I wish we lived closer to a Wawa. The closest one's about half an hour away.
Yeah, same.
Oh my God, I tear a Wawa up, man. They have a great breakfast bowl. If you're somebody that doesn't do the carb thing, the breakfast bowl is eggs, sausage, a little bit of cheese. You could throw some hot sauce on it. It's great. It's a really good breakfast bowl.
It's just eggs and sausage?
You can make it eggs, sausage. You could add bacon. You could add stuff to it. But I just do eggs, sausage, and you could add salsa. And it's a really solid bowl. Some salsa and some chipotle sauce. Oh, man. That's a solid breakfast.
It sounds like it might be a solid dinner for me tonight.
It's good. It's good stuff, man.
No, I don't have anything like that out here. That's like a gas station / like.
I'm surprised.
No, have you guys?
All of our gas stations are just like
gas.
You go in, you throw the guy money for gas, grab a soda, you grab like chips, or you can gamble. They all have slot machines.
That's true.
Have you guys ever taken the risk with gas station sushi?
No,
I have heard good things about it if you go to the right one.
Okay.
I've got sushi at like my local grocery stores. They have like a little sushi bar there and stuff like that. I got it from there, but never like at a gas station.
I don't know that I'd risk gas station sushi. That sounds like a big roll of the dice.
I don't trust gas station anything.
Oh, you
that isn't like pre-wrapped.
Yeah. I know what you're saying, but you dig.
You dig Wawa. You would dig Wawa, and guess what? 7-Eleven has a very solid Cuban sandwich.
7-Eleven.
That's not the case. Mine is more like Apu's place in Simpsons.
Yeah.
Hot dog rollers from hell.
It's not a bad Cuban sandwich. Granted, if you go to an authentic Cuban sandwich place, it's gonna destroy it, obviously. But still, not a bad Cuban sandwich.
I think I am going to go with what Gabe said, and I'm going to say In-N-Out.
Okay. You know, hey, and I swear by the, if you, geez, we're just going down the list of all our favorite fast food stuff. If you go, I'm not a Starbucks guy. I'm just not. I think it's overhyped sugar, and that's it. Brazilian Bowl, Dunkin' Donuts. I've said it before. That's the shit that ISIS drinks. Okay, it is that strong. It's great.
Okay, wait.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a great cup of coffee. The Brazilian Bowl.
At Dunkin'?
At Dunkin'.
I need to warn everybody about the food at Starbucks, because on the way back from Heroes Con, I had a breakfast sandwich, and it lasted in me about half an hour. And we're driving 6 hours home. That was rough because bad things happened. And I love the coffee at Starbucks, but I'm never ordering food again that's cooked or anything. No.
The one time in my life that I got food poisoning was Chipotle.
I'm too afraid to go to Chipotle after everything I've been reading, even though they've been, out of the news for 3 years. But
yeah,
I always worry about that.
Dude, I woke up, I ate a burrito, went to bed. This was like 7 or 8 years ago. I woke up and just ran to the bathroom, and I swear to you, Jess, from the door.
Do I really want to hear the rest of this? I already know how this story ends.
You know where this is going. From the door to the bathroom.
Was it like The Exorcist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kane has a question. Well, Lou wants to include the Publix deli bar. Oh, Wegmans. Yeah, Wegmans has a really good grocery store food bar. Yeah, that's a good point. What's your choice, Lou? We both chose In-N-Out. What are you choosing? What are you choosing?
If I gotta go, see, it's tricky because I was gonna say Five Guys.
They have good milk. Do they have milkshakes at your Five Guys now?
It's been a long time since I've been to Five Guys, mostly because I don't want to pay $30 for a burger. But if I gotta choose, Five Guys, man.
And those are good fries. I always get my fries well done, and I always get a milkshake.
Do you always get the Cajun fries?
I don't know that I've had those actually.
No, that's the best, dude.
Are they the best? Are they really good?
The only reason to go to Five Guys.
Whoa.
You walk out of there with a bag of just greasy fries.
And
I'm just digging my hand in so that, and I've eaten half the bag, and there's still plenty for the whole family when I get home.
But you got to eat all of it before you get to your burger, because your burger's on the bottom of those fries.
Yeah, and the fries are only good if they're hot, and they're only hot when you're in the car driving home. So, wow.
For some reason, they give you free peanuts there. That's like the weirdest gimmick.
That's weird. That is weird. Oh, Alana has a question. Lou, which one have you picked before we get to Alon?
Five Guys.
Oh, five. Oh, you just said. God, I can't even remember 5 seconds ago. Alon says, okay, which fast food restaurant could you finish the whole menu?
Oh,
that's probably only In-N-Out because there's only like 4 things on the menu.
But you got to get like all of them though.
Like all 3 flavors of milkshakes and a double, triple double, quadruple. My appetite is not. If I was 25, I would probably say McDonald's, but
if I was eating like fast food, I would say Taco Bell.
That's a good. Oh yeah, I always get like 4 things there anyway.
Yeah,
you walk out of Taco Bell spending $20 because Taco Bell isn't cheap like it used to be. They're going.
None of these guys are.
No, they're going the same price as everybody else.
Five Guys.
Oh, that's true. You walk out of Taco Bell with about $20. You get a quesarito, a quesadilla, a gordita crunch, a Baja Blast, just
A
loaded
Dorito.
up.
You gotta get a Dorito Loco Taco. I love those. Kane says to Death Rattle, can confirm Wawa is life. There's a Wawa on every corner here in New Jersey. Yeah, no Sheets though. Sheets is like a Philadelphia place, and I think it's more a mid-Atlantic thing. I have not heard of Mahana Fresh and Kava. You mean Buck Ease? What did Lou say?
And here's the thing. I live down here in Miami. If you're going to Starbucks for your coffee down here in Miami, you're fucking up. Like if that is your daily dose of coffee, you're messing up down here.
I've heard of Culver's. Culver's is apparently incredible.
I have heard the same thing.
Butter burgers. Yeah, Dr. Elevator's right. The Midwest has and that's what screwed me up on the drive back from Heroes Con is we were going to pass a Culver's because there's a couple off the interstate in North Carolina, and I was excited to have it for lunch. No. Starbucks saw to it that I was not having lunch that day, and I missed my chance. So is this you at the most recent time you went to Five Guys?
No, somebody in chat was asking, they were like, it's a 00711.
Oh.
They give you what at Five Guys? I brought up a picture of what a Five Guys order looks like.
Oh.
Like that bag, that's the bag that they give you your food in, and it's completely full of fries plus your burger.
Cycle, your new nickname is Dr. Buzzkill. Just roll with it, okay? We roll with your psychotic stuff all the time. Go with us for a minute.
It's fun.
Yeah, we're just having fun. Don't just relax, dude. Wawa has pizza now. How are they doing that? Bubba Coos. I don't know that one. Yeah, Wegmans is awesome. Bubba Coos is Mexican fast food. I don't know it. If you don't get Cajun fries at Five Guys, you're doing it wrong. Okay.
Right. You need to resolve that quickly, Jess.
Sorry?
You need to resolve that quickly.
Yeah, I just started back on my diet a couple days ago. That'll really okay, maybe I can go tomorrow at lunch. I think Patty's out of the house. Well, I mean, yes, I'm sticking to my diet. Omnidog. What's that?
Are Cajun fries the equivalent? Are Five Guys Cajun fries the equivalent of animal style at
In-N-Out?
In-N-Out.
No, absolutely not. No, it's totally different.
Totally different. Okay.
No, the fry. If you get animal style fries at In-N-Out, you have to eat it with a fork.
Yeah, it's a big mess.
Oh, okay.
It's a big order of fries, and they put cheese on it and like the Thousand Island sauce on it,
and all the toppings.
And you just eat it. Yeah, all the toppings are on it.
How is it? Is it good?
It's good. I mean, yeah.
I'd rather just get mine well because In-N-Out is famous for its crappy fries. They're always underdone. You have to get them well done, or they're inedible.
I don't think I've ever had bad fries at In-N-Out.
You never had regular fries?
No, like bad. I've never had like a bad order of fries. Like I didn't know they were undercooked or whatever.
Oh well, if you dig them, you dig them. That's fine.
Word.
Yeah. Next Imaginaut says, I'll confirm as a Seattleite, Starbucks is horrible. Treats its employees atrociously, and the only people who regularly go there are Philistine techies and tourists.
Damn.
Whoa, Philistine. Good word to throw in there. Okay. Well, we'll still be on, buddy. We haven't even got to the horror yet. Except for the horror of underdone fries. So true about Taco Bell. I'm not going to highlight you anymore, Cycle Cleveland. You're just not even Well, I do remember this. Dime bags. No. All these. Yeah, that's an order of small fries at Five Guys. Cycle, you should be timed out. Somebody time Cycle out. He's a buzzkill. Lou, exactly that was quick.
Damn. Wow. James Abel is on it today.
Exactly. Floridian coffee. Aren't there Cuban? Oh yeah. That you told me for a long time about that.
Yeah.
Little Cuban. What is it called again? Like a little cup. The Cuban.
Cortadito.
Right. And it's like rocket fuel.
Wait, baby, come here for a second. She could explain it better than me. What cortadito and what's the other one? Colada. Can you explain it real quick for Jess?
Cortadito has milk in it.
Cortadito has milk.
Yeah, and a colada is just plain black with like a pound of sugar.
Like a pound of sugar.
But it's like
this coffee with your sugar today?
Yeah, it's like a thimble of coffee that keeps you. Oh, Rodimus.
Yeah,
very
you're not
nice.
supposed to drink the whole colada. You're supposed to share it.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't drink it yourself? By yourself? You're supposed to share?
No.
So you'll get the styrofoam cup, like it's like 8 ounces, and then you'll get tiny cups with it that you're supposed to share.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, you drink the whole thing, you'll see the Speed Force.
And then a cortadito is basically that same cup, but with like a splash of milk. So it's supposed, cortadito in Spanish, it means like it cuts it. So it's supposed to make it less strong, I guess, or make you the illusion that is less strong.
Well, Omar was with me when I had a 5-shot espresso over ice at Baltimore Con, so I'm not sharing that. I'm drinking it right out of the cup.
Well, good luck to you.
But you've been on a Cuban coffee kick lately, right?
Earlier in the year when I did get the pods, the K-Cup pods, and yeah, I dug it. It was good, really good. YP, yeah, that's how Gabe gets his burgers, protein style in a wrap, right?
Yep.
Okay, we're getting to the horror stuff just a sec. Here's a comic question for Gabe.
Did I get all the covers for Transformers #1? No, I got the Daniel Warren Johnson cover and the Ryan Otley cover, I think.
Also, the Ski Chalet Marvel covers are out this week. And
Sports Chalet?
yeah, it's called Ski Chalet. It's all, instead of Sports Illustrated, it's like it's all ski related. So there's like people in a hot tub and somebody posing, though Spider-Woman posing with the snowboard was my choice because it's by David Nakayama. But then there's Captain America, guys and girls, blah, 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 you know. So it's like Sports Illustrated, only set in the ski resort. Oh, Shake Shack. Ooh, I forgot about that.
Never been to it.
Oh, it's really good.
Is it kind of like a Steak and Shake?
I don't know. When Omar was here with his daughter, we went there. It's a burger place. I think his daughter had a hot dog, and I think Omar and I had burgers. They're really good burgers. Oh, yeah. I was just gonna start waxing poetic about Freddy's steak burgers, but I think people want us to get to the Meatloaf, his dog, got half the chocolate shake and most of the quarter pounder. I hogged the fries though, not too shabby. Good. Shake Shack is the in and out of the East. Yeah, it's pretty good. Rising Phoenix, Jess, where do you get the Harley singles? I want to get the double covers you guys mentioned on Mondays. On Monday. Oh. Yeah, I don't know that Gio highlighted both covers. I think we I get mine from Third Eye Comics. If you just you can have them mailed to you. They package really well, and they have a very fair shipping price. So go to thirdeyecomics.com and poke around there, and that's where you can probably get the singles. Which reminds me, I better get those myself because I just ordered Spider-Woman on a ski slope. Shake Shack. Shake Shack better be good. It's so expensive. And no, it's way better than In-N-Out. And In-N-Out is basically McDonald's. What? How dare you? Check out the... Yep. That's what I was just talking about, Sazmurf. You're exactly right.
Put him in timeout for talking about In-N-Out like that.
Yeah, that was dangerously close. I've never been to a Steak and Shake. I don't think we have them around here. I could pull up the covers for those comics, but we're already an hour into the show and we haven't talked about anything horrifying.
Oh my God.
So Lou, did you watch a scary movie today?
Okay, so horror. Yes. This is one of my favorite shows of the year. We typically do it the first Wednesday of October. Horror is my favorite genre. And I've picked a few things out, and I'm sure you guys have as well, to highlight. The first thing I'm going to go with is I'm going to go with DC versus Vampires. I'm going to start with comics because we've kind of dragged off things long enough, and this is a comic book show most of the time. But DC versus Vampires, man. I've said this before, and I've talked to you guys about it, and I think I turned you onto it, Jess.
Yeah, 100%.
I think it is one of the best ongoing fun comics right now. And I think DC didn't even expect it to be as successful as it has been. DC versus Vampires is exactly what it says it is. You've got the DC universe, and there is a cabal of vampires that is slowly taking over it. And you've got some of your favorite heroes, some of your favorite villains that get turned into vampires. I love the big reveal in the first volume of who the vampire that got turned is, and the way his power set works made me go.
Is he the Lord of the Vampires you're talking about? Like the main Vampire Zero?
I'm trying really hard not to give anything away. It is the big reveal of the hero that gets turned, and his power set makes a lot of sense. I thought that was a really huge stroke of brilliance.
I agree with you 100%. That is easily one of my top books. It'll make my top 10 this year. It's so fun.
It's such a fun read. Honestly, if you guys are not reading it because you're kind of turned off about the gimmick of it and you're thinking, it's just another stupid gimmick that DC is trying to do. No. This is actually really well written. It's really well paced. The art is solid, and characters get picked off.
Yeah.
Some of your favorite characters, they don't make it. It's a great read all the way through. Honestly, I really recommend you guys check it out. Who's writing the main series right now?
I've actually been organized enough that I've filed it, so I'd have to run over to look.
That's not Joshua Williamson, right? Joshua Williamson, or is it Ram V that's writing that?
Joshua Williamson sounds right.
That sounds like a Joshua Williamson book.
Oh, Tiny Onion, Dr. Elevator says.
Oh, it's Tiny Onion. Okay.
Well, yeah, he's writing everything.
Yeah, Jesus. The guy's working. On top of losing a shit ton of weight. He's lost a lot of weight if you check him out.
Oh, I didn't know he had it to lose. Good for him.
Mm-hmm. That is, again, like I said, guys, stop sleeping on this book. It's fantastic. It's going to make my top 5 at the end of the year. And I think it's probably going to make my top 5. I really love this book. It's genuinely so much fun. I need to read some of the spin-off stuff, but that main title is just so great.
Yeah. I think the last one I got was All Out War. I think that's the most recent one. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. It's great. Really great. I haven't read War of the Undead Gods yet from Deceased, but you're welcome. Deceased is now coming out in a deluxe edition, thanks to my buying all the standard hardcovers. And I will say Deceased is great horror written by the fabulous Tom Taylor. It has to do with a virus that is a virus that's transmitted via anything with a screen. So if you're looking at your laptop or your phone, you get infected by a techno virus. And DC goes there with this book too. Tom Taylor's great at writing B, C, and D level characters. And I love that book, and I'm counting it as a book this year because it's coming out in deluxe, and this last title has come out. Super well written. Art is great. What Tom Taylor does with those smaller characters is magic. Deceased. DC vs. Vampires All Out War was good. Loved it. Oh, this is a good book. I have this Green Hell. That's a good book for October. A lot more horror and gore than I was expecting. Thank you for that. Gabe, what's a comic that you pick for Spooktober? Spoopytober.
I'm not big into horror, so what I do have is like my favorite stuff.
Okay.
And that's Crossed.
That was mentioned earlier. Somebody.
Yep, Cross. Yeah, I'm always going to bring up Cross when I get the chance. Now that we get to talk about spooky, scary stuff, it's time to talk about some Crossed.
Is that a hardcover?
Yeah, I got like the first 3 volumes are my favorite. I got them in hardcover.
Yeah, that's pretty horrifying. Garth Ennis pulls no punches in this book. I love
the art in it though. Like Jason Burrows should be doing more work. I love the artwork in this stuff too. Very clean line from him.
Yeah, be careful what you show.
Yeah, the next page is the good page that I can't show. But you know, it's similar to zombies, but not in the aspect that they're dead and they're just kind of just walking around. It's more like they've been infected with some kind of virus that basically turns their humanity off. And it's just post-apocalyptic disaster after that. So it's everybody eating everybody, doing a lot more than just eating bodies and stuff like that. So it's if you want envelope pushing gore, then Cross is the one for you guys.
Oh, yeah. This tears up the envelope.
Yeah. The interesting thing about Cross is you've had some incredible writers write on the book that you would not expect that they would on a property like that.
Wish You Were Here's from Cy Spurrier, I think, and I think this one's by Alan Moore.
Yeah, Cross 100. I mean, it starts off with Garth Ennis, and then the 2 that I like after that is David Lapham from Stray Bullets.
Mm.
Yeah, and he is a sick guy, dude. He is his is called Cross Psychopath, and it's pretty psychotic. It's great.
David Lapham is a great fit for that book.
Yeah. Stray Bullets has still stuck with me all these years.
Yeah, now imagine that, but unhinged. Like, there's nothing to worry about. You can do whatever you want with these characters.
Here's a good question from Rodimus, and we all can chime in. What should I read for October? American Vampire Omni, Sunday Man. I don't know Sunday Man, unless you're talking about Ice Cream Man. You might be talking about Ice Cream Man, or Lock and Key Omni,
or Banana Split Man.
I mean, if you've never read Lock and Key, I would say Lock and Key is one of the greatest horror comics around.
Yeah, I agree.
And it ends wonderfully. Characters are great. Every arc is, oh my God, Lock and Key is just a cut above a lot of other horror stories right now.
And the art is fantastic and
yes, it is.
Fits the world so well.
Mm-hmm.
it's amazing. It is
Yeah.
so amazing, and it's to me, it's genuinely spooky.
Yeah.
The stuff
Yeah.
that happens in that. It's not gross, or slasher type, but
Mhm.
it's genuinely it gave me a genuine feeling of feeling haunted and
Yeah.
very spooky vibes.
Yeah, the thing with Lock and Key is that it follows a really great horror rule that if you care about the characters, it's way scarier. Because if you don't give a shit about the characters, then it's just bodies for the meat grinder. And there's certainly, there's horror stories and movies and things like that are for that. But some of the best horror to me is that you actually give a damn about the characters and what happens to them. And you
Yeah.
want them and you're rooting for them. Pennywise isn't to me as scary if you don't care about the Losers Club, for example. You really care about the kids, the Losers Club kids, and that makes Pennywise even more scarier.
Here is Rob D saying, "Hey, Comics Guide, I saw your Shang-Chi, or wait, am I mispronouncing it? Shang-Chi Omnibus
Shang-
review from years ago."
This was a very long time ago.
Nice.
Thank
So
you.
he's here to say he saw it.
That's awesome.
So
Thanks.
nice.
I remember the craziness around those omnibuses when they were coming out.
So do I.
Oh yeah, but I still think that the DMs are the ones that are hard to get. I think the regular ones are still easily available, which is surprising.
The DMs are the one to get though. That's the one
Right.
with like the Galassi covers or the Jim Starlin covers.
Yeah, the comic book covers. Yeah. Rodimus, nicely done. Yeah, Lock and Key it is. Good. And report back to us.
Please
We want to
do.
know if you're a satisfied customer.
Please do.
This is funny. Severed is messed up. Yeah. So is Witches. Scott Snyder needs to be checked. Witches I love and wish had continued. I'm not sure why there's such a big gap between like it really needs. Isn't the artwork by Jock?
Right.
Yeah, they were both killing it on that. And when did that come out? Like 2014? And I don't think we've had a follow-up since, which is really sad because it's so awesome. Here's Hondo. What up, Hondo? You can't go wrong with Lock and Key. Oh, I think Lou speaks highly of this book. Sergeant Rock versus Army of the... Oh, Sergeant Rock. Oh, wait. Is it Sergeant Rock versus the Army of the Dead? I mean, it is Bruce Campbell writing it. Now, you read this, right? And you really liked it? Or
I did.
you not? Yeah.
I did. I thought this was super fun. I think Eduardo Risso's art on it is fantastic. If you've seen his stuff in 100 Bullets, and he did that book with, was it Bruce Timm? That Batman story about his assault.
Oh, that was Paul Dini, a Dark Knight.
Yeah, the Dark Knight. That was Eduardo Risso is great in this book, and Bruce Campbell. You wouldn't expect him to be a solid writer of comics, but it's fun, man. I mean, it is what it is. You've got Sergeant Rock fighting Nazi zombies. You're not going into this thinking you're going to get Macbeth or anything like that, right? Let's be real. It knows what it is. It leans into it, and it's super fun.
Yeah. Okay. I'm vacillating between reading it on the DC app or ordering it. I haven't placed my order yet, so I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I need to get it just for the Eduardo Risso art. Like that guy's incredible. Now I'm gonna see him do like messed up stuff, like shooting up zombies and things like that.
It is, yeah. It does sound good. Hondo brings up a couple of good comics: Alan Moore's Swamp Thing and From Hell. Yeah, Swamp Thing. He turned in to more of a horror story than it was even.
My next choice, I'm gonna go with another comic book.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the classic Hellblazer, specifically Garth Ennis's Dangerous Habits. This is the famous story where you find out John Constantine is dying of lung cancer, and he has to figure out a way to get out of it. I love this story. It's Garth Ennis when he first started writing the book, and there's so much here that you can see that he's kind of workshopping for what would be Preacher later on. It has one of my favorite endings in a comic of all time, where, not going to give it away, John does something to the devil, and it's just a hilarious moment. And the hook of it is that you're thinking this whole time, man, John's getting progressively worse. This lung cancer really is killing him. How is he going to get out of it? John being John, he finds a loophole and he exploits it and he gets out of it. It's such a great read all the way through. I love that book.
Oh, it's going to be hard for me to top that one. So, Gabe, you go.
Wow. I don't know, man. I'm not else for a horror that I would really pick out. But
well, what about just like something scary? Like, how about Ghosts? Like Ghosted? That's a good one by Joshua Williamson. I'll use that one. It's basically Gio always describes it as Ocean's 11 meets The Haunting of Hill House. It's coming out in a compendium this month. It's very scary, gives the right haunted vibes, and I really dig it. And now my brain is now working on all the occult books that I've been reading. So yeah, I would recommend Ghosted by Joshua Williamson's coming out in a compendium this month. All right. Let's see. Great call from Hondo on the Constantine book. Jaggernaut wants to know, I liked Nailbiter a lot. It's I think Lou could describe it better than I can, because Lou's better at describing books than I am.
Oh yeah, Nailbiter.
Did you like Nailbiter, didn't you?
Yeah, no, Nailbiter is fantastic. I absolutely love the story. A small town is known for serial killers, and you discover why it's known for serial killers along the way. The investigators that are trying to figure it out have to partner up with a guy who his whole gimmick is that he is a serial killer and he likes to bite nails off of his victims. Ugh. Yeah, it's a great, creepy story. I really dig it a lot. There's a lot of twists and turns. You think the story is going to go one way, and it definitely doesn't. Joshua Williamson is really smart when it comes to horror. He knows his stuff, and he knows all the tropes, and he plays with that. And he kind of subverts your expectations. He's really good. I think Joshua Williamson is one of the best horror guys right now.
I agree with that, because you just reminded me, he wrote a book you recommended to me, Dark Ride.
So good. That is such a great read.
That is so great. I feel like I have it right here for some reason, because it's on my pile of stuff that I read. Punk Mambo, that's good. Where are you, Dark Ride? I'm sure for some crazy reason I must have filed it in the proper place, but I can't give it a what are they? A guy makes a deal with a dark force and creates like a Disneyland, only it's hell themed, like devil themed. Yeah. And his kids are named Halloween, the girl, who's like an internet sensation, Instagram sensation. The son is Sam Hain, and things start to go. I mean, it's the rides are all hell themed, devil themed, demon themed, and things start to go tragically wrong in the park. and an investigative journalist starts to poke her nose around.
Yep.
And it ends, but I feel like that he's putting out issues still. Like it ends, but it doesn't really end. I mean, you could stop there and just go, okay, but you really want to read the rest of this tale because it starts to get really good and really scary. And it starts scary. The whole thing starts scary.
It's currently an ongoing. I think it's one of the best books out right now. It's super fun. If you are into the theory that Walt Disney might have been evil, then this is kind of this is the story for you. And and the cool thing is that once you finish that first issue, you see there is actually a map of the theme park. He has actually mapped out every single ride, kind of like one of those Disney maps when you get to the park. He's mapped everything out, and it's really cool and it's really fun to see where stuff happens and where stuff takes place. That book has one of my, as a father, one of my most scenes that I've read this year involving a little girl and what happens with her, and it's pretty unsettling.
You're right. He really does know how to write good, scary stuff. We brought up his name a bunch of times so far. Yeah, Jaggernaut, get the compendium and let us know what you think. We want another satisfied customer. How do we? Oh, this is going to have to be. Oh, True Graphic mentioned Dark Ride. Good for you, True Graphic. I have not read Ex Necrotia, so I own it, but I haven't read it yet.
Me too. I have all that stuff.
Have you read Ex Necrotia, Gabe?
No, I read that X-Force series, which is awesome. Up until it started getting into those crossovers, and I kind of lost it after that. I never read Necrotia.
Let's see. Next Imaginaut is already back from the gym. Lou, one of two. I've been of the same opinion since 100 Bullets that Risso is in fact one of the greats, and I'm dying to see him on another extended run with the right writer and project like a new. Oh, you always keep us hanging.
What's that book he just did with Brian Azzarello, Gabe? The werewolf
Moonshine.
book. Moonshine.
Yeah. That's a really good book. There's 5 books out, and you're welcome. It's getting it's deluxe edition, I think, this month. I've read through 3 of the 5, and it's a great premise about. I don't want to spoil it. There's
it's a God, how do you put it?
Bootleggers.
Yeah, bootleggers, right? Yeah.
It's around the bootlegging era, and the New York Mafia wants more of the bootleg liquor that this family in like the Appalachian Mountains or the Bayou, maybe the Bayou, something dark and atmospheric was where the family is. And they send down this muscle to try and get more of the product or buy them out. And the family's not willing to do it. And they keep sending more and more tough guys down, and terror and horror ensues. It's really good. I don't know how it ends yet, but I got a good feeling about it. It's kept me, well, I mean, if it's kept me enthralled, I'd have finished it, but I highly recommend it.
Okay.
You said Deluxe is coming out?
I feel like this month there's a Deluxe coming out.
Yeah, I haven't read that. I need to check that out. That one in Loveless. Was Eduardo Risso in Loveless? I thought that was Brian Azzarello.
I just saw that book. That's an image. Is that an Image book?
I think it was DC or Vertigo.
Oh, okay. I haven't read it, but I know where it is.
What about Ice Cream Man? You guys ever read Ice Cream Man?
I love that book.
Yeah, I hear nothing but good things about it. I have no idea what it's about.
Haven't gotten to it.
Oh, you dig it, Lou. It's an anthology horror, but they're horror.
Anthology horror, like Creep Show, like the Creep Show magazine.
They're
a good idea.
they're different.
Copyright Omnibros.
They're like I have the trades. There's like 7 or 8 trades. There's and you're welcome, because there's one deluxe and the second deluxe just got announced. Ice Cream Man. They're all different stories about different horror things happening to different people, but there's a thread that runs through it of the Ice Cream Man and what he sells and how he influences. It's like he's standing to the side, but his influence is clear throughout these really creepy stories. And who writes that? Ice Cream Man. It's it's just different stories by the same writer.
Okay.
Oh, but you definitely like it, Lou.
I need to check it out. I keep hearing great things. I haven't added it to my pull list yet.
There's the 2. Let's see. Another extended run with the right writer and project, like a new Frankenstein, Phantom Stranger, or original crime series. That's a good idea.
Okay.
CNSS 84 is showing some support. Thanks. Thank you.
Awesome.
Eduardo Russo did a book before 100 Bullets called Vampire Boy. And it's about like the king of basically the king of the vampires, but he's like in the body of like an 8-year-old boy. And how he just kind of goes through and just terrorizes everything.
Gabe, yes, it was them. I haven't read it either. Gabe, correction, just Azarello with Marcella Fersen and a bunch of writers I can't pronounce. What book is that?
Loveless.
Oh, that's Loveless. I think I know where Ice Cream Man is, so I want to just go run and get it while you guys talk about it.
Okay.
All right. While Jess goes and gets that, I'm going to pick a movie.
All right.
Man, I'm trying not to lose my voice tonight. So, with it being officially October, I know a lot of people want to do 31 Days of Horror. I'm going to pick an underappreciated gem from 1980 called The Changeling. I love The Changeling. It's so good. So, this movie stars George C. Scott, who is amazing. I absolutely love George C. Scott. He was in Platoon. He was in Exorcist 3. He's been in a whole bunch of stuff. And at the beginning of the movie, he ends up losing his family to a car accident. Horrific thing. It's like right at the beginning. He is a composer, and he is tasked with moving into this house for the school year and kind of watching over the house. Along the way, he finds out there was some really shady shit that ended up happening in this house. And he has to figure out what it is to kind of put the spirits at rest. I love The Changeling. It's got for me the definitive seance scene. All these other movies that want to do like the seance scene and stuff like that, they rip it off from here. This is a movie that is so underappreciated, but has if you know, you know, because a lot of things get stolen from this movie nowadays. Stuff like The Conjuring pulls things from here. The list goes on and on. There is a shot in here involving a little red ball that is really unnerving, and it's really simple, but it's in that simplicity that it's super effective. You've got great performances here from George C. Scott, from a bunch of other characters. And like I said, to me, this has the definitive seance scene. It's so good, honestly.
You got me there.
If you have not seen it,
seance.
if you have not seen it, it's a slow burn of a movie. I'm going to let you know right now, but it's so worth watching.
I can't wait to see it. I love Conjuring. I'm trying to think of the movie. I always get it mixed up with Insidious. I loved Insidious, but that's not the movie I was thinking of. What's the movie that has the book writer?
Sinister.
Sinister?
I think that's Sinister.
Yeah, it's what's his name? That was married to Uma Thurman.
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah. Good
that's
pull.
Sinister.
Thank you. Yeah, Sinister is so freaking scary. It
Sinister's
stayed
great.
with me this whole time, and it was like 4 years ago I watched it. Sinister is so great.
Yeah.
And let me also recommend the movie that for some reason I watched it on my laptop, and it was early in the morning, and afterwards I was shaking. My hands were shaking. I was breathing heavy, and my heart was racing, and that didn't stop for like an hour.
Yeah.
It's not a classic horror movie, but it's terrifying, and that's Don't Breathe.
Don't Breathe is really good. I really like Don't Breathe.
Holy smoke. That movie, I guess it's more of a thriller, but it's got horror elements in it.
Mm-hmm.
It has so many twists and turns, so many freaking jump scares that are like not typical movie, I guess, trope jump scares. They come out of nowhere. Well, that's what jump scares are, but they're in situations that you normally wouldn't think of a jump scare happening.
Yeah.
That movie has stayed with me for so long. And the ending's perfect. The whole movie's amazing. I loved that movie. I don't want to give anything away. A group of teenagers, a guy has like a little small gang. They just want to it's like in a burned out part of Detroit in a neighborhood, and there's a rumor that there's a guy, a blind guy, that has a lot of money stashed in his house, and they don't go there to kill him. They set off like a bomb, not a bomb, but a reaction thing that sends out a cloud that's supposed to put the guy to sleep so they can just ransack the house and get out of there.
Yeah.
And that is the last time that you will not be just shocked and not glued to your screen. You will be utterly taken over by this movie. That movie freaked me out.
I really like that movie. It's really good. Really good characters. And you have a performance by he's an Avatar, Stephen Lang. Stephen Lang,
yeah.
He plays the blind guy in the movie. So good.
Remarkable.
It's got a huge he's great. It's got a huge reveal at the end where you just go, that is fucked up. When you realize what is actually going on in the house.
That's the kind of terrifying part about it. Besides all the tension, I mean, the tension is up here all the time. And then you're right. That reveal is really icky. And I think throws it into the horror genre.
It does. I would agree with you on that. My next choice is I Saw the Devil. I love I Saw the Devil.
I saw that. Yeah.
I Saw the Devil is a story about a cop who his wife is viciously murdered by a serial killer. And what he does after is that he continuously hunts down the serial killer, tortures him, and then lets him go. And he keeps doing it throughout the span of the entire movie.
Oh, I haven't seen this. This sounds great.
Oh, it's badass. Oh my God, it's badass, dude. It's so fair warning, it is a very graphic film. The serial killer does some things to the main protagonist's wife at the very beginning of the movie that if you're sensitive to certain things, I'm not going to say what it is, but you can read between the lines, might not be for you. But if you could stick with it, it's a Korean film, and it is so much fun.
Okay.
Absolutely so much fun. Highly recommend I Saw the Devil.
Have you watched The Wailing yet?
It is on my to watch list. I just have not been able to carve out 2.5 hours of my life to watch it just yet.
Yeah, I want to watch it this month so you and I can talk about it, and so I can get Jenny to do one more horror movie episode that I have in my library called A Walk in the Woods at Midnight. She and I did like a horror movie a week for a year, and she was so good at analyzing movies from a woman's perspective. And The Wailing is the one movie she said she'll come back and do another episode with me. So I really need to see that, but I need to see it with Patty out of the house because I want to see it upstairs with the good screen and the great sound and everything. But I may be forced to watch it down here, which is fine.
I think the both of you would love I Saw the Devil. I think Gabe especially would dig it a lot because this is right up your alley. It's got a lot of really messed up stuff. It's very gory, but it's super.
It's right up your alley, pal.
It is. If you like stuff like Crossed, he'll dig I Saw the Devil because it goes there. It really does.
I'll check it out, man. I just try and I had to watch it by myself.
Absolutely.
I love the Saw film. Yeah.
Was this Saw before Saw? William Lee wants to know about I Saw the Devil.
I Saw the Devil. It was what year? Hold on. I pulled it up.
Anyways, guys, I'm gonna take off for tonight. I'll catch you guys later.
No worries.
Okay, dude. Peace and love.
I Saw the Devil is 2010. So that's Saw is I think is like 2004, 2003, if I'm not mistaken. So
I don't know. That's not a movie that I could watch. Any of those kind of I couldn't. Yeah, Saw and movies like that. I'd rather see the seance scene in Changeling. When was that movie made? Like in the 80s?
1980 is when the Changeling came out.
Wow.
Yeah, 1980. Yeah. It flew under a lot of people's radar, unfortunately, but it's such an influential and such a brilliant film. My next pick, and this is one I know you've seen, Jess. It Follows.
Oh, such a great concept.
Yeah. I love It Follows. This is the second sight, a 4K edition that just came out. It looks incredible if you have this setup. It Follows centers around so It Follows is basically a ghost that when you have sex with someone, it passes on to that person and the ghost tries to kill you.
I'll be right back.
Now, if the ghost does kill you, it reverts back to the last person that had sex with a person before. But basically, It Follows is brilliant. Honestly, it's such a great film because the ghost can appear as anybody. It can show up as your best friend, your mom, or whatever it is. And it really plays with that paranoia so well. Absolutely so well. And this came out, I think, 2014, 2015. Since then, it's kind of generated, it's kind of gotten a little bit of a cult following now. I think if you have not seen It Follows, you absolutely owe it to yourself to see it. It steals notably from films like Halloween. There are several shots that I'm like, okay, that's straight out of Halloween. You've got the scene where the kid's sitting in the classroom, they look out the mirror, and you would have Michael Myers, but instead it's just somebody staring through. It steals from a lot of places, but it does it really well. And most notably, there's a scene involving a pool that I really recommend you guys watch this movie for. I love It Follows. It has an ending that just makes me go, oh my God, imagine having to live with an ending like that if you are these characters, and it would suck. Do you remember the ending of this?
Oh yeah. Oh, I can picture. I'm looking at it right now in my mind.
Oh my God,
it was so well done.
Yeah,
that ending was so well done.
Yeah, you get left with that paranoia, and oh my god, It Follows is. I absolutely love It Follows.
Lou doesn't want people to sleep tonight. Derek Tyler says It Follows is good. YP brings up a good question or a good thing. I saw The Devil was edited differently for the US and Korean releases. Would be curious to see the film completely unedited. What
I have not heard that.
What do you know? What version you saw?
I don't. It's been so many years
Yeah.
since I saw The Devil.
Well, I have a full list of things I need to watch. But here's Ice Cream Man. This is the first one by W. Maxwell Prince, who is somebody I was not familiar with. And I'll just read the back. Ice Cream Man is a genre-defying series of disparate tales of sorrow, wonder, and redemption. Each installment features its own cast of strange characters dealing with their own special Sundays of suffering. And on the periphery of them all, like the twinkly music of his colorful truck, is the Ice Cream Man, weaver of stories, purveyor of sweet treats, friend, foe, god, demon. And the art's amazing. Let me highlight myself real quick because I feel like the same artist does the whole thing. The artist is Martin Marazzo. This is from Image, I think. Yeah. And so there's several different stories in each volume. Oh, Rainbow Sprinkles. This one was amazing. This one was really terrifying. But it's a wide variety of characters. Okay, can I show this? Because it is. I guess I can show this. Yeah, there are some disturbing scenes in it and stuff. It's got 8 trades now, so that's going to make for 2 nice deluxes. I've had to draw the line at upgrading. I just can't upgrade everything. But this series is really, really good. Very scary. I can't recommend it enough. If you haven't gotten it yet, get the deluxe. The first deluxe I think is books 1 through 4. So the second deluxe will be 5 through 8. You're welcome. I have all 8 in trade. And W. Maxwell Prince is a name to watch. I am not familiar with that name.
Yeah.
But wow, I'm almost 100% positive. The only caveat is it's 8 trades, so that's a lot for you to read. But each story is its own story, with just the Ice Cream Man being sort of the thread that runs through it. So you could take a while to read it. But each story is genuinely scary and interesting. And the other one I'm going to recommend is one that I always hold out for the Western comic book idea that I have. I just don't have enough Western comics read, and that's Dead Rider.
Dead Rider. Nice.
Yeah, by Kev Ferrara, who is the writer, and the art is unbelievable. And it's about legend. The Dead Rider is a ghostly outlaw shrouded in mystery, a weird gunslinger stalking the desert landscapes of Nevada. But in reality, Jacob is nothing more than a rotting corpse turned into the living dead by the sinister bog witch who aims to entrap him in her crown of souls. Now with the law closing in on him, the Dead Rider sets in motion for a desperate plan to destroy the witch and regain his soul once and for all. Not only can this guy write really well, the art in this is like as good as EC Comics in its heyday. This is remarkable art, and the lettering and stuff is amazing. The whole thing, I wish it was more than just this trade, because look at this. It's really, really good. And he's out to save his soul, and he is kind of like maybe a bit of a Jonah Hex type character where he's getting vengeance for people too while he's at it. But yeah, the Bog Witch messed with him. Here's a picture of him here's drawings of him with the Bog Witch. And the lettering's amazing. The whole thing is just one of my favorite books. I recommended it to Cullen Bunn when I saw him at Heroes Con, and I hope he read it. I need to follow up on that and see if he read that, since we're like BFFs. Friend of the show.
That's right. That's right. You and him are pretty close friends.
Not to be confused with Mike Allred, who I haven't interviewed yet. But yeah, the minister and I did interview Cullen Bunn, and he was funny because he circled back on the interview and what people were saying in the messages, he would respond to them. He responded to whatever anybody had to say about him, and it was really funny. Phantom Fool. That's what Bunkmaster told me. Art Brute is by the same team as Ice Cream Man and just came out in hardcover. I'm standing by my statement. As good as EC Comics in its heyday, I will stand by that statement.
But that is a very strong statement to make.
Hondo says, I saw The Devil in Blu-ray and can't wait to see it.
Okay. I got another one for you, if you would indulge me.
I will.
I'm going to go with, and I promise I'll circle back around to comics after this one.
That's
Fallen. Fallen from 1998, starring Denzel Washington. I really love this movie. It centers around a cop who, at the beginning of the movie, he is escorting a man who is a serial killer down death row, and he's about to be executed. The man is played by Elias Koteas, who is known for roles like in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, he plays... Why am I blanking on the character's name?
Raphael, he's the one, Michelangelo.
He's the one with the hockey mask.
April's boyfriend, sort of.
Is it Casey? Casey Jones?
Casey Jones, yeah.
He plays Casey Jones in that. Elias Koteas is always fucking great, man. He always steals every movie he's in when he's in it. This is no different. He is only in the first, I want to say 10 minutes of the movie, but he runs throughout the whole fucking movie. It's so good. And it centers around the fact that it's a little bit weird because Denzel Washington captures the guy and he's escorting him down death row. And the guy, he seems happy. He seems happy he's being escorted down death row, and he's singing the Rolling Stones song, Time Is On My Side, as he's being escorted down death row.
This sounded too scary for me to watch. I was too scared to watch this.
So as the execution is about to happen, Elias Koteas' character, his personality shifts, and he's like, what the fuck is going on? And they flip the switch. It turns out he was being possessed by a demon called Azazel, who can pass from person to person by touch. Denzel Washington finds out that he was possessed, and he has to find out how to destroy this demon because the demon is now torturing Denzel Washington. It has an ending that you are either going to love or you are going to hate, but you will not see it coming. I love Fallen. It's such a great underappreciated gem from 1998, and it's debated in horror circles about the ending. There are fan edits out there where it's got more of a better ending, depending on your point of view of it. But if you're looking for something that is really good and it's got a great, I'm not even going to say what I was going to say, but I really recommend Fallen. It's got a great cast. John Goodman is in it. Denzel Washington is in it. Elias Koteas is in it. Who else is in this? I pulled it up real quick. Donald Sutherland has a role in here. James Gandolfini. It's got a stacked cast, dude. If you haven't seen this, I highly recommend it.
Well, Cycle is absolutely agreeing with you. Cycle has something nice to say. Oh,
It's good.
Several nice things to say.
Yeah, dude, John Goodman. Oh, he has a turn towards the end of the movie where it's so good. You will never look at the song by the Rolling Stones, "Time Is on My Side" again after watching the same way after watching this.
Jess should drop everything and watch it ASAP. It for some reason it looks too scary for me, and it's not like I just don't generally like. This isn't a slasher film, but I just that's a genre that I don't like. But Fallen looks like it's too scary for me. I know exactly what I don't know what the ending is or anything about it, other than the idea that the dude jumps from person to person just freaks me out, which is why I
It's
should
so
watch
good.
it, I guess.
It's such a great movie. I think it's only got like a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is bullshit. It should be higher. I love Fallen. I think it's such a fun movie.
No, Jess, you need to watch Fallen for sure. Derek seems to be a big horror fan. I want to mention something about it, but I can't without giving anything away. Derek's agreeing with like all your picks, so Derek's a big fan too. I I want to go grab some more comics. Do you want to share a comic, a scary comic? Do you have a comic or another movie? I mean, my pile's just right over there, so I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure. Let me pull up. Actually, I'm trying to think of a Rolodex in my head right now.
Yeah, you're better at that than I am. I have to have the book in front of me to talk about it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with the classics. I'm gonna go with the origin of the modern day Swamp Thing, where everything from Swamp Thing came from. Alan Moore's Swamp Thing run from Vertigo. If you have not read Alan Moore's Swamp Thing run, you really do owe it to yourself to read it. There is a lot there that even writers today pull from for the characters such as the Parliament of Trees. John Constantine first appeared in that book. That is an Alan Moore creation.
Right.
Not only that, it's just a fun and creepy as all get out book. It's a mouthpiece for Alan Moore to talk about different environmental issues as well and different problems involving the world. It gets a little bit trippier towards the end because you have the Swamp Thing kind of going off into space and that whole thing, and it goes for it, man. But it's a really fun read.
Okay, I changed my mind halfway through the stack. But I'm going to recommend Simpsons Treehouse of Horror Ominous Omnibus Dead Time Stories for Booze and Girls Volume 2. First of all, the whole cover glows in the dark. Second of all, it's library size, comes in a slipcase. It's not expensive. It's got talk about stacked. It's got, here's Glenn Fabry doing the art for this story. It is, this is a big statement. I found it just as good as Volume 1. And Volume 1 was really great. They have, who's the artist here? This looks like Dan Brereton, who wrote the best story in the other one. This has to be, yeah. Dan Brereton does this one. But they have it's all Simpsons, and they've got a creator index in back so you can see who wrote what. Kyle Baker, Chuck Dixon, Gary Duggan, Glenn Fabry, like I said, Dan Brereton, Peter Cupper, I'm sure Cycle knows that, Brian Posehn, Andrew Pepoy, Gene Simmons, what? Jim Woodring. These are funny and scary at the same time. And there's all these little interstitials that go with it too, besides the stories. Mm-hmm. The Curse of the Thing is like a Mad Libs that's already filled out. So Riley will like that since it's Mad Libs. There's one done Oh, and here's another Mad Libs that's filled out, but here's one in black and white in manga style art. All of them. Oh, these are always my favorites. Is when they. This mic is getting in the way of my life here. Is when they do these interstitials, 101 ways to die in a quickie mart, and it's just full a splinter in an unsanded rotisserie dog. Oh, here's Gene Simmons, as you can tell. That wasn't my favorite story, but the first one has really one of the best stories is by Alice Cooper. Here the old folks are turned into vampires, and it's hilarious. I highly hear the bullies robbing this bone soldier of all its bones, running away with it. But it's really good. I highly recommend it. So, okay. We've got Cycle Cleveland. Sammy Harcum edited that book. He is the creator of Blood of the Virgin. Okay. I'm gonna wait. Wait. Oh, okay. You just have one statement here next to Maginot. Omnidog, you'll have to finally catch up with Kiyoshi Kurosawa's Cure in that case, and which I also contend is one of the truly great horror films and metaphysical crime noirs. Have you seen this?
No, I haven't seen it.
Kurosawa's Cure.
I have not seen it.
Okay, let me put that on the list. Fallen just scares me to even write. And I like demons because I think people bash this movie for some reason, but Paranormal Activity, the first one, that's the one where I had to call Patty. She was in Baltimore that day. I watched it during the day. I called her at 3:00 in the afternoon. I said, "You have to come home right now. I'm too scared to be in the house alone with the dog." If it wasn't for the dog, I don't know what would have happened. I had to like cuddle up with the dog for the rest of the day. That movie freaked me out because it has a Ouija board in it, which always scares me. And which is a Mike Flanagan movie that I need to see. Ouija, yeah. I need to see that. Oh, Cycle and I agree on something? Okay, good. Yay. You're welcome to stay in the chat, buddy.
I'll be
What's that?
I'm going to use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, Paranormal Activity, the first one. I haven't seen any of the follow-ups. I felt like that movie... I genuinely was afraid to be alone in the house during the day. I can't imagine watching it at night and having to go to bed where the guy has a camera trained on the bed, and it's kind of like a found footage type of thing, maybe, because you see a lot of it through the videotapes that he does, because his girlfriend is being chased by a demon that wants to possess it, and the boyfriend goes against all the advice. Don't get the demon angry, don't try and face off with it, you need to do something immediately about this, and he doesn't believe it. Paranormal Activity scared the heck out of me, and I'm not afraid of my masculinity to tell you that I was shaking in the couch. Let's see what let me go to Omnidog's vault and see. Oh shoot, I'm not on the... What are some of the other movies that I watched that I liked so much? Insidious was great. I need to go to my own homepage to see the scary movies I saw. Omnidog's vault, your channel, Omnidog's collection, blah blah blah. Do special fun. Special book section. Where's the Omnidog's vault? A walk in the woods at midnight. Okay. Ooh, Oculus. Oculus was by Mike Flanagan. It's got Karen Gillan in it, about a haunted mirror that this family brings into the house. Oh, Karen Gillan is so great in this movie. Katie Sackhoff's in it too. And the minute they move into this new house, they're going to renovate it. The guy buys this old antique mirror, and you've seen Oculus, right?
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. I
That
think I saw it
movie
when it
stuck
first.
with me. To Karen Gillan's in it. I think that that was, well, besides Nebula, that was the first thing I saw her in. Um, that movie, that's by Mike Flanagan. That I need to just watch everything by Mike Flanagan. The
He's the
Haunting of
go-to guy,
Hill
right?
House. I think you recommended The Haunting of Hill House to me for like 8 straight years before I finally watched it on Netflix. That is amazing. Amazingly scary. Oh, this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
Fall of the House of Usher. That's by, is that Flanagan's next one? Here's Hereditary.
Love
I
it.
watched that. What did you think of Hereditary?
It was the last one that actually really. I'm pretty. What's the word? I'm pretty desensitized at this point to horror.
Yeah.
Mostly because I watched like a horror movie a week or something like that, something stupid like that. And that was the last one that I genuinely walked out of the theater, went home that night. This was when I was still living on my own, and was freaked the fuck out. It genuinely, whatever it was, rattled the shit out of me, where I stayed up that night just laying in bed, and it just really hit home for whatever reason. It fucked me up. That was the last one I was like, wow, holy shit.
Wow. That had a lot of moving parts, that movie. I don't think it scared me as much as it scared you, because I felt like the ending was, I don't know, I was scared throughout the whole movie, but the ending I wasn't sure about. I was just like, okay. But I think that the way the family falls apart in that movie is what's really scary to me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
both Lou and the minister are on me to watch Doctor Sleep.
Yes.
I feel like, yeah.
Yes, Doctor Sleep is so good. It's really good. Like, how do you make a sequel to The Shining, and not only make a sequel to The Shining, but really knock it out of the park and do a great sequel that fits well with it?
Yeah,
I loved it.
I need to watch. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just watch all Mike Flanagan films this month, and The Changeling, and I Saw the Devil, and The Wailing. Okay.
Now, out of all the ones that I recommend today, I think you need to see The Changeling the most. I think you'll really enjoy The Changeling.
Okay. Well, I love seances, man. Seances and Ouija boards are the scariest thing to me. Nice to Imagine, it says, off the top of my head, I'd also recommend Communion and The Nightmare if you're up to challenging yourself again in the same manner as Paranormal Activity. Watching those, even as an adult, existentially disturbed me as seeing Hellraiser for the first time, for the first way too young in the middle single digits. Hellraiser was good. I just saw 1 and 2 and I enjoyed those. I never saw Midsummer because I wasn't sure. People said it wasn't really a horror movie, but
it is.
Cycle's saying it freaked him out more than anything. So it is a horror movie.
It's my wife's favorite movie.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's my wife's favorite movie. And my wife isn't a horror person, but it's a horror movie. She loves it. She loves Midsommar. It's long. It is a long movie too.
I'm okay with that. You should never watch Midsommar because he was so disturbed. True Graphic has a question. I must confess I have never seen The Exorcist. Should I?
It is funny you mentioned that because it's right here. I had pulled it. I had pulled it because I've got a stack of stuff that I'm like, maybe, maybe not, and I just kind of pulled from it. Yeah, this is the 4K release of The Exorcist. It just came out, I think, like 2 weeks ago. I watched it this past weekend, and it had been a really long time since I've seen The Exorcist. I was probably, I want to say, in middle school, high school, since I'd seen it. Here's the thing. So the thing about The Exorcist is that it's been parodied and it's been kind of stolen and ripped off from a million times, to the point where it probably won't have the same bite as it did when it originally came out. It's also a very slow burn of a film,
Mm-hmm.
because everything you've seen about The Exorcist is literally the last 20 minutes of the movie, more or less. The exorcism doesn't take place, and this movie is close to 2 hours, until about the last 20 minutes. The rest of it is a lot of building up to the exorcism, and it's really it's that it goes back to that thing of what I mentioned earlier. You learn to care about the characters, because really what The Exorcist is about a man who he is coming to a crisis of faith. His mom has just died, and he's dealing with that, and he's starting to question his own faith and what he is doing.
He's a Catholic priest.
He's a Catholic priest.
Yeah,
and
Father
what
Marin.
he's doing, and he feels guilty for the death of his mom because he wasn't there for it. And all that stuff builds up along the way. You've got the character of Reagan, who she starts out as this really innocent girl, and you slowly see her start being taken over by this demonic presence. It's not what you would think it is, and I think that's why a lot of modern audiences, when they would go back and watch this now, if they've never seen it before, might be a little bit disappointed. But I still think it's super effective. It's super great. You care about the characters. And not only that, when it does get to the exorcism, and you've got the iconic scene where the priest shows up, the light, he's standing in front of the house, and what's his name?
Maximilian Schell.
Huh?
Maximilian Schell?
Is that the priest that shows up at the end?
Yeah.
What's the actor's name? I can't remember the name.
Maximilian Schell.
That's not the actor.
It's not?
No, there's two priests that show up at the end.
Yeah, well, there's Father Marin, and
right.
then Maximilian Schell is the older one.
Yes, but what's the actor's name?
I'm sorry. It's Max von Sydow.
Max von Sydow.
I apologize. Right. Thank you, Psycho. Max von Sydow. I got my Maximilians mixed up.
Thank you. So when Max von Sydow shows up, and you're hearing about him throughout the movie, and you see him at the very start of the movie, and you're hearing, this dude is a bad motherfucker, like in terms of exorcisms. He went through an exorcist. I think they mentioned he went through an exorcist, and it lasted for like 40 days or something like that, and it almost killed him. So when Max von Sydow shows up, and they are about to start the exorcism, you are hyped as hell, because they have been building this up throughout the whole film. They've been setting it up, and you've got a few creepy moments here and there. The director's cut has the spider walk scene, which is now super famous, where she's coming down the stairs and she's upside down and she's got the mouth that's full of blood. I love this movie.
Sorry, I made another mistake. Sydow is Father Marin, Max von Sydow. I was thinking of Father Karras, who's the one who has the crisis of faith. My apologies. Yes. I apologize.
I love this movie. I think it's still really effective. I think if you just sit back and enjoy it for what it is, you'll have a great time. Highly recommend it. And also, The Exorcist 3 with George C. Scott, a really good horror movie as well. Don't watch Exorcist 2.
Exorcist 2 I did not care for.
No, it's trash. It's Exorcist 2 is terrible. Exorcist 3, which is directed, and I think he wrote it, if I'm not mistaken, by the original book author of The Exorcist, actually really good.
Okay, wait. Is that William Friedkin, or is that who directed it?
Friedkin directed.
You know what? I'm not even going to comment, because I'm getting my names all mixed up. Cycle, okay. Who wrote and directed volume Exorcist number 3?
Friedkin didn't do 3.
Sorry?
Friedkin did not do 3. The original author of the book directed 3.
Okay, so Friedkin directed the first one.
Yes.
Okay. So if you can watch it, just pretend you're like I was back in 1972, I think, when I was 13 and I saw it in San Francisco. I feel like it came out in 72. That's the ballpark. The controversy was that it cost me $5 to see it. That's how expensive it was to see in San Francisco, because movies were like $2 at that point. And I'm not kidding. When I said I saw it, everybody wasn't shocked that I saw it. Was shocked that I paid $5 to see it. If you can sort of just clear your mind and like if you're going to see any classic movie, and like if you're going to see Casablanca or some classic movie and it's of its time, and you have to realize that, as Lou said, this kind of set the standard for everything that followed it. Even movies like Poltergeist and stuff, they all pulled from everything's been pulled from that movie. If you can just sort of go into it thinking of yourself as like a teenager, not having seen any horror at all, kind of just blank your mind and as Lou says, sort of let it wash over you, I think it's still genuinely scary. I saw it, even though I got the names all mixed up, I saw it within the past 6 or 7 years, and I was still pretty terrified at a lot of it. And the steps that he stops in front of and then walks up are the Georgetown steps. And they're here in Georgetown, DC, where they did the exterior shots for it. And there's always people going up and down those stairs, except that I think it's a private residence or it's a liquor store or something. I can't remember, but it's William Blatty.
William Blatty did 3.
William Blatty, right. Fun fact, the other 2 priests in the movie are played by real priests. Well, I don't want to highlight the next one. Reviews of The Exorcist believers from Blumhouse are not fair. All of them said that it's not as good as the original. I don't know.
Well, I mean, without having seen the new one, Exorcist 3 got a bad rap when it first came out, and it was pretty much for the same reason. Everybody's saying, well, it's not Exorcist 1, but it's not Exorcist 2 at least. But Exorcist 3 originally was going to be called Legion. It wasn't going to be, originally there was not going to be an Exorcist film in an Exorcist film. Wow. There was not going to be an exorcism in Exorcist 3. It wasn't until the studio got a hold of it and said, what are you fucking doing? We need an exorcism at the end of this movie because it's called The Exorcist. And he didn't originally even want to call it The Exorcist. He just wanted to call it Legion. But it still worked out in the end. Exorcist 3 is really good. And I really recommend you guys check it out. It's got a fantastic scene involving Brad Dourif where he plays a serial killer and he fucking steals the movie. He's only in it for about 5 minutes and he is so good. He has such a great scene in it.
Okay, I will watch that. Here's another classic movie that scared me as a Rosemary's Baby. That's another one that has been a lot's been lifted from. I mean, I read the Mad Magazine satire before I even saw the movie back in '68 or whatever. And Mia Farrow does, and John Cassavetes do a remarkable job. I mean, and then the older woman in it that was in Harold and Maude, I think she won an Oscar for it. I can't think of her name, but somebody's gonna help me here. The way that movie unfolds is so creepy and so scary that I think audiences today, if they can, blank their minds like they would do for The Exorcist, that movie was really scary. Rosemary's Baby is another perfect movie. Who played the older woman in it? And I think she won an Oscar. And then I think she was Maude and Harold and Maude, which
Sorry, go ahead. I apologize.
it was a cult classic when I was in college. Harold and Maude.
I've never seen Rosemary's Baby. The 4K comes out in a few months, and I plan to pick it up.
Oh, good. I'd be interested in your thoughts because I know. Yeah, Ruth Gordon. Exactly. Thank you, Cycle. I feel like she won an Oscar for that, but maybe I'm wrong because I'm wrong about so much in the past 10 minutes that I don't even want to give an opinion. That's a movie that I'd like to see again. And then read the Mad Magazine satire that I still have. Okay, so this is okay, yeah, absolute classic. And Next Imaginaut is responding to True Graphics' question of whether True Graphics should watch it. Yes, it's still an extraordinary existential horror on the wages of evil, karma, and faith, but you ought to see the theatrical over the director's cut. Oh, I remember Stepford Wives. That was great. Catherine Ross was at the height of her powers then. So yeah, you need to watch Rosemary's Baby, and I need to see The Changeling.
Absolutely.
And True Graphic needs to see The Exorcist. I didn't know they remade Stepford Wives.
They did?
Yeah, he said, I just watched the original Stepford Wives, so that makes me think that they must have redone it, which I don't know why you would redo it. Yeah, she is so great in it. She was on a hot streak, man. She did The Graduate, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and Stepford Wives, and probably a few others. And then I feel like she kind of dropped from sight. She was really a great actress. So anyway, I'm going to watch, the new Stepford Wives, but it's supposed to be real bad. Maybe it's so bad it's good. Like The Room. So do we have anything else we want to talk about? Any scary comics you can think of off the top of your head?
No, I don't want to keep dragging this one out.
Okay. Do you want to quit while we're ahead?
Well, I mean, I don't know if the audience is still engaging. I mean, I got a few minutes left in me if you want to.
Oh, it's been remade with Matthew Broderick, Nicole Kidman, and Glenn Close. Oh, I forgot about that. Ginger's in the original one. That was a ABC movie of the week on Tuesday night. Back when that was a thing.
Man, there is a small part of me that misses that, where you would get movies that have been edited and cut up, and you would.
No, it was. I think Stepford Wives was made for television.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
okay.
I think so. I don't remember that it. It was the movie of the week where they would put on movies made for TV for ABC, and I'm pretty sure Stepford Wives was not released in theaters first.
Oh.
Could be wrong. Oh, here's something we were talking about earlier in the chat. Add this to the list. I can't believe that husband of Catherine Ross is in that movie. How the hell did he get her? Oh, that's the guy that she's married to in the movie. I thought you meant in real life. Lou was torturing me with all the crushes that I have and who they're married to and stuff.
You have had a rough year with that, by the way.
I have. Yeah, like my top 3 crushes have gotten married. Yeah.
They have tied the knot. Michelle Yeoh with that dude that looks like he's got a foot in the grave already.
Yeah. Wow. Anya Taylor-Joy and
the Great Value version of the lead singer of The Doors.
That's hilarious. Is he a musician?
No, I just thought he kind of looked like the lead singer of The Doors first.
Oh, I don't even know who that guy is. I don't give it very long because I don't think they dated for very long before deciding to get married. But if I were that guy, I'd pretty much do whatever she said and just say yes, dear, and not butt heads with her.
Yeah. She's probably paying the bills. I think that's a safe assumption.
Oh yeah, and Elizabeth Olsen revealed she was married. This has been a bad year for me. Yeah, you're right. And even though they don't sell movies yet, they sell comic book adaptations of movies. That's InStockTrades.com, where you can get from 30 up to almost 80% off in some of their sales. Great discounts all the time. Tack on that 2% loyalty discount at the end of every month. The last Monday, we give away a free IST gift card worth $50 worth of credit to InStockTrades.com. $50 or more in an order gets you free shipping in the United States. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com.
Okay.
AS says, not a comic exactly, but got Weird Tales 100 Years of Weird today. Was just released. Awesome illustrations. That's cool. Anything illustrated, I like. Because I haven't read a novel. Oh, Catherine Ross is married to Sam Elliott. I didn't know that.
Jesus.
Good for Sam.
Yeah.
Phew. I lost my train of thought, but that's okay. I mean, I'm okay to go another 5 minutes if you want. Talking, we've devolved sort of into movies, but that's, fine. What about TV shows? Haunting of Hill House, I finally watched, and it disturbed me to no end. She's another actress that's great. Is Carla Gugino.
Is that Mike Flanagan's wife?
No, he's married in the Haunting of Hill House to the woman that wears the gloves because she can feel things from people.
That's another one that he married up. Okay, I love Mike Flanagan. I'd be a great guy, I'm sure. Brilliant director. He's built like me, but doughier. And I'm like, how did you? He's got my hairline, but doughier. I'm like, dude, how did you pull that?
I just found out. Maybe you told me or Gabe told me that James Gunn is married to the badass blonde in Peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he's okay looking, but I think she's rocking. I'm pretty sure he married up too.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this. This is your chance to tell me why. I think this is a Mike Flanagan movie too, and that's Gerald's Game.
Great movie.
That's always being brought up as a horror movie. I understand the premise.
Mm-hmm.
But how is that scary? It's a Stephen King novel, right? Or novella. How is it scary? I mean, if I watch it, is it really a horror movie or is it more of a thriller?
I would say it's horror because there is some pretty disturbing images that pop up in it. The main actress, when she's in the situation that she's in, a lot of stuff happens in the room that she's in, and it's got a lot of horror elements to it. But it plays with the horror thriller vibe of it. But I lean more towards horror. I love Gerald's Game. That was actually a movie that my wife turned me on to.
All right.
She said she really enjoyed it, and she's like, "Hey, let's watch it." I was like, "Oh, okay, what's this?" Because she's not a horror person. Yeah. And then I looked it up and I said, Mike Flanagan directed this? What the fuck? I haven't seen this. I saw it and I dug it. I really think Gerald's Game is really good.
Well, I think she's a great actress. I've loved her in everything I've seen her in. And you still need to see Gunpowder Milkshake because she's awesome in that. That is a stacked deck of badass women, including Michelle Yeoh. The fact that it's got Michelle Yeoh in it, I mean, that just says you need to see that. And Karen Gillan and Lena Headey and Who's the mother of Black Panther? I'm drawing a blank on her name. Angela Bassett.
Yeah.
Nothing but bullets and case shells flying like John Woo practically. It's awesome. Cycle, I did see that movie, The Final Countdown in 1980 about the USS Nimitz going back in time. I remember digging that movie a lot. Next Imagine has a two-parter here for you.
Those are
Lou, I haven't seen it yet, but FYI, The Haunting of Julia, 1977, aka Full Circle, is supposedly a quieter, sadder complement to The Changeling and read as part of an informal, thematically interrelated, mood-driven, parental/familial grief existential horror trilogy with Don't Look Now, 1973, and The Changeling. Wow.
nice.
The Haunting of Julia, Don't Look Now, and The Changeling.
So before we get out of here, I got
What?
2 George C. Scott stories because we talked about him a lot tonight of
Okay.
why I think the guy's awesome. The first one is he actually won an Oscar.
Yeah.
And
I remember watching it.
yeah, he decided not to show up to the Oscars.
It was for Patton.
It was for Patton. The reason why he didn't show up to the Oscars was he wanted to stay home and watch a hockey game.
Oh, I thought he had a bias against award shows. He wanted to watch hockey?
He wanted to watch he stayed home. He didn't like he doesn't like award shows. So he watched a hockey game instead. He said, "Fuck all y'all. I'm going to watch a hockey game."
I remember specifically that Goldie Hawn was up there and she's the one that pulled the winner. And she pulled his name because it was a big deal. He's not showing up. He's the favorite for Patton because he was the movie, which is a great movie, by the way. And Goldie Hawn pulled the envelope, read his name, and just started laughing on the podium because there was no one there to come get the award.
Yeah, he skipped the award show and he went and watched the hockey game at home instead. Which, as somebody that doesn't like a lot of people, I can relate to that.
George's real reason is he didn't like awards. He didn't like the idea of saying performances are better or worse. He skipped more than one award show. I'm with George C. Scott on this one. I'm not going into a crowded theater in a tux for 5 hours so people can not objectively but subjectively, some group of people. That's what I have against the Grammys and the Emmys too, especially the Grammys, because I'm such a music head. Subjectively say you're the best. So I kind of I'm with you and George on this one. So when my name is called at the YouTubies, I won't be there.
When you win an Eisner, you won't be there for that.
An Eisner for least influential YouTuber. I am not my Razzie. I am not going to be there.
My second one is, so George C. Scott was about to start filming a movie. He flies out to the airport that he was going to be at, and he's supposed to be picked up by somebody from the production company. They were supposed to arrange travel arrangements for him. He gets there, nobody's there to pick him up.
Ooh.
He's pissed.
Yeah.
He ends up taking a taxi cab to the hotel he was supposed to go there. He speaks to the front desk and he tells them, "Hey, what's the most expensive bottle of wine you have, or most expensive bottle you've got?" And they go, "Oh, this one." He goes, "Can you charge it to the room?" And they said, "Sure thing, Mr. Scott." Takes a cab back to the airport, books a flight home, and says, "Fuck all y'all, I'm not doing the movie."
No way. Do you know what the movie was?
I don't know what the movie was. This is a story that I heard years ago.
Oh, Cycle, tell us about that. Or Next Imagine, our two movie experts. That's amazing. That's an amazing story.
He was so pissed. He bought the most expensive bottle of booze he could and said, "Fuck all y'all. I'm going back home."
Wow, I'm dying to know what movie that was for, and if it even got made. Oh, Cycle hadn't heard that one before, but he loves it. Next, imagine up. Maybe you can add some color to that one. What movie was that? Well, I'm willing to wait 2 minutes for somebody to tell me what that movie was, because now I'm haunted by it. Oh, and now next, imagine us talking to Cycle Cleveland. Okay. Well, Lou, where can they find you on the internet?
You could find me at Comics Guide. Actually, nowhere really, because I'm not active on almost any social media. So
You're not doing Threads at all anymore?
nah, dude, I'm not active on almost anything at this point. The only thing I'm active on is Instagram, and really, that's just for my family.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't even know you were on Instagram. I'll hit you up there and I'll start following you.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm really active on.
Okay. Next Imaginauts on the case. So we'll find out next Monday.
I had heard this story from the Junk Food Cinema podcast, and they were talking about it was either the Exorcist 3 podcast or the Changeling podcast, because he's in both those movies, and they had brought it up, but I forgot which one of the two they had brought it up.
Well, he was in both of those, so
yeah, it's one of the two that they spoke about.
So you feel like it was one of those two movies that it did get made and he was in it?
No. They were talking about George C. Scott on the podcast.
Okay.
And it was one of those two, because he's in both movies, and that story had come up about him in the hotel.
That's great. That is so great. That's a good one to finish on. And you can find me on OmniDogs Vault on YouTube, OmniDogs_Vault on Instagram, and Discord. Thanks to Cycle Cleveland and James, who are the main gatekeepers there. And so we will end the show. And peace and love. Thank you to the chat. You were very active and involved tonight. Thank you for everybody that's watching this afterwards. Thank you to all of y'all. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to Gabe. Thank you. Okay. Wait. Oh, we do have... No, there's the countdown. Wait, we do have a thingy that says thanks for watching. Wait. Who the F is Luffy? Oh, here it is. Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Peace and love.